Okay, let me know when you have speed.
We're recording.
Good. Well, let me start again. Good morning. This is David Knox coming to you live on this first Monday Administrator and Manager webinar, Monday, April 4th, 2016. I thank you all for joining me. Thanks for being members of Real Estate Training by DavidKnox.com. We had a busy month of video uploads today, so we're going to tell you about those. First of all, let's get into our next webinar. It's going to be Monday, May 2nd, 2016. So just know that we always do this on the first Monday, with the exception of holidays, things like that interfere. Today I'm going to talk about the April 2016 videos. We'll do some new member orientation today. We've had a lot of new members in the last 5-6 weeks, so I thought this would be a good time to go through some basics and also open it up to question and answers. So for those of you who are here for new member, please, I'm open to involvement. You can either type in the questions area or you may raise your hand and I'll unmute you. And I'm going to talk about our accountability plan update. A lot of people are getting on board with those. So we've had some updates. In fact, I just did an update about 3 minutes ago on a new feature. As I remind you to live Skype me into your meeting, the picture on the bottom was taken at 6 a.m. Eastern time this morning. That was a group that I did. They were a new member down in Augusta, right at the Masters. In fact, I asked them about that and they said they can't go out to eat this week because of everybody's there for the Masters. So Skype me in your meeting, give me a call, let me know when would work for you, and we will set it up. All you need is a mic, pretty much a laptop with a mic and a camera. Let's talk about our first video that oh my gosh, I got more typos today. I'm sorry. It's KFT 97, become a valuable resource. And before I start, I want to see if Connie Hine is on. Connie, where are you? There you are. Connie, I'm going to unmute you. Connie, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, yeah, you might get a little closer to your mic.
I'm sorry.
I just need you a little bit closer to your microphone. So, so you're there?
I am. Can
Good.
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. And for those people listening, Connie Hine called me this morning and brought up a really important issue about becoming a vendor resource, because when you start giving vendors and referring vendors to clients, there could be some unintended consequences. So maybe just summarize your comments to me this morning, Connie.
Okay, I just had a few concerns with giving one vendor in each category. We've had some issues here with doing that, even a lawsuit. So I just wanted to make sure that there was a disclaimer that is given to the folks that says it isn't going to guarantee a workmanship, or the cost might be lower somewhere else or things like that. So that was the concern that I had, that I voiced my opinion to David this morning.
Good. Well, thank you, Connie. And I agree with that, because in today's litigious society, wear the wrong color shirt, somebody sues you for doing it on the wrong day. I know I'm exaggerating, and obviously I don't want to make light of these, because you're dealing with people's lives, buyers and sellers, and you want to make sure that when you make a suggestion that it works. So Connie sent me some language that she uses. So as you can see, this is the updated outline right here. So I just updated that, I don't know, right after our phone call, and just put in open with a caution, say, there's always a risk of liability when you refer, etc. And I put in this caveat, which obviously you're all welcome to use. When I developed this topic, I was actually inspired by it through Bob Wolf. I'm going to, Connie, do you have anything to add before I mute you?
No,
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Well, Connie, thank you for suggesting that. For all of you, we're obviously very responsive to your feedback. And when I developed this, the whole point of this vendor resource was to have a reason for buyers and sellers to call your agents, other than just once every 7 years, maybe thinking about selling, and by that time they didn't even remember who their agent was. And Bob Wolf was telling me that he deals with vendor relations all day, all night, and people call him and they trust him. And the key point in response to the liability issue is every single vendor that Bob refers to a client, he used first. In fact, all these, he's used it for years and years and years and years, so he knows these people. He has a relationship with them. So when he refers them, he knows they're going to get good service, because these vendors also know that if they do anything wrong, they are off his list, and that's going to cost them a lot of money. So I think the vendors have to be vetted and make sure that they're good. And in the outline and in the video, you'll see I talk about how to do all of those things. But I also agree that when you're dealing with high liability, things like appraisers, inspectors, attorneys, things like that, then yeah, that's the rule has been for years to give more than one, to give two or maybe even three, and then say, look, you know, these are the people we've worked with. You must make your own choice. But this video is also triggered because I just moved into a new condo first part of this year, and I needed all kinds of stuff. And I thought, I don't know where to find these people. I mean, I could go online, but that's no good. So I called John Waniger, my realtor, and I said, where do I get a plumber? Where do I get a guy that cook up my barbecue? Where can I get this, that, and the other thing? And right away, he had people he worked with. So that was the kind of the motivating force behind this, but the point is to get more referrals. So Real Estate Live, gosh, we're really excited about doing another Real Estate Live where we go out in the field and we videotape real agents in actual transactions and actual situations. It's always the most fun video we do. It's really, really challenging, and it's really expensive. Oh, you know what? Let me just, Stephanie Talbot said, the state of Maryland requires the salesperson verify that the vendor they are recommending has a current active license. Thank you, Stephanie. I absolutely 100% agree with that. You betcha. So agents must be responsible for vetting that. So thanks for that input. I'll keep looking over at the questions. But let me go back here to Real Estate Live. One of our big members I was talking to, I said, I'd like to feature one of your agents. And he says, we've got a guy that was featured in Realtor Magazine's 30 Under 30, a guy named Lawrence Wong, who works in Brooklyn, New York. And it was really, you talk about diversity and melting pot. Here we have a Chinese American working in an Italian American neighborhood in New York, Brooklyn, forget about it. And it was really fun. And this guy is just, you know, he is so inspiring and so motivating. He started at age 24 in 2009 when the market was horrible. But he went on to be one of his company's top agents, and you'll see him behind the scenes making phone calls and door knocking and doing some of the really hard stuff that so many agents don't want to do. So I think you'll find it to be a very, very inspiring video. And of course, we do a couple more quick tips. We featured Lawrence Wong in QT25, how to get in the top 5%, and simple one on QT26 on this lady gets personal. So what I'm going to do now, and I'm going to kind of open this up for questions, but what I'm going to do is speak right now to those of you who are, excuse me, who are new members to our training, and take you through, you know, adding a logo in the users and broadcast emails, things like that, how to find videos, doing a custom curriculum, measuring usage. And I also, the next step would be the accountability plans, which is going to be the next section for those of you who maybe have been members for a little bit. So let's go back. I'll click on browse. Well, let me go all the way back. For those of you who are new members, I save up in my browser bar RET login, and you could just have one button and you log in. And by the way, right here on the login page, you will see news. And this is the latest news. I needed Android app testers on March 28th, and today I'm pleased to announce that the RETDK Android app is now available, and early reports have been favorable, and for that reason, we now give you the link to it. So you can either click on the link for Android, just click on this, and it'll take you to the Apple Play. You can download it. I think it's actually easier to do it from your mobile device, because that way you don't have to sync it, you just plug it in. So anyway, so for new members, you log in, and what you'll see is the news on top. I've already closed out of mine. And the first video you'll see is what's new for the current month. And I recommend that at the beginning of every month, you click on this, watch it to see what's new, and then perhaps download a topic list. And probably the first one I recommend is the topic list in PDF by curriculum, and print it out as a TV guide. My gosh, you could print it out, put it by the coffee machine. I guess you could email it to your agents, and you'll notice that anytime there's new videos, we put them in bold, so when you scroll through, you can see that this was new since the last one. And we have a whole personal development, business planning section, building a team, prospecting, listing, selling, you know, the whole thing. So this is the menu of all the different categories we have. So that would be one of the first things to download. The other thing to download as a new member is our user guide. It's a 3-page PDF, and you can either email it to your agents so they have it, or you can print it out and put it by the coffee machine in your offices, and it just talks about how to log in, thank the company, and how to play, and how to get high def, and the menus in the app store. In fact, you know what, today I need to update this with the Android app. because I think somewhere in here we said coming soon. So I gotta change that. So those are the first two documents I recommend you take a look at. Let's go to uploading your users. No, let's do logo first. You want to personalize your site with the logo, go to settings, and then settings again. I know it's a bit redundant. And then over here, you go to choose file, and I would go to my desktop, and I just took my own company logo. I click save, and the way back to the home page is always right up here. If you click on videos, that'll always take you back, and you can see there's how the logo appears. So all of you can personalize your site as much as you'd like. Next, let's talk about your users. Go to settings, your users, and these are, you know, the list of people. You know, some of these are our friends, etc. So let's take Rick Rushton. He's a friend of mine in Australia. So I can go down and I can click on Rick, and I can find out, you know, the videos that he watched, the materials he downloaded, and any searches he did. Let's see, let's take a look at this. Same thing, you can see this gentleman, Stephen, these are the videos he's watched all the way up till March 28th. You can see the material he downloaded, and in this case, he hasn't done any searches. So that's how you can check on the activity of your agents. If you want to add new agents, there's two ways to do it. One, the easy way for a small group of agents would be manually add new users. If the person you're going to add, you want management level access, which gives access to the recruiting videos, recruiting, training, things like that, just for managers, you would click that box. The branch, if you have more than one branch and you want to divide your agents by branch, type in, you know, whatever the shortcut name is for your office, you know, Northwest, Southeast, Russellville, whatever. Type in the branch name, and after that, go first name, last name, email. And now for password. I have always recommended what I call relative passwords. You know, when they say the last four of your credit card number, you don't have to put it in, you just, people know. So a password could be, you know, your copier code or the last four of your internet access number or something where you can remind them what their password is without actually putting it in. So new members, I don't know, if you want, maybe put their first name or last name in lowercase. I mean, whatever you'd like to do, because they can go in and change it whenever they'd like. And I recommend don't do more than, you can add more rows and keep building it, but I've learned when you're doing things on computers, I would save your work after adding a few. So let's go back to your users. The other way, if you have a large group you'd like to update, you can do it with a CSV file, comma separated values file that opens in Excel. And the way you would do that is you would go over here to download CSV user reports. You click your user list. It will download. Go to wherever your downloads are, and you would open it up, and it will open in Excel. And what you'll see now right here, what I see are the people that I've already uploaded. So what you can do, I'll get these I'll get these out of here. What you want to do is take this and maybe you go file, save as. So I'm just going to save as. So now you can target this file. And what you can do is export all your data from your company database or whatever you want to do and get this, and get this whole list filled in. But be sure these headings have to stay exactly the way they are. So you do branch, first name, last name, email, password, and here's do yes. And if it's a manager, type the word yes. And then you save the file and you got all your agents here. So we'll close this. So then when you want to update it, you click choose file, and I'd go back to the April 4th upload and everybody would come in. I'm not going to do it now because it'll wipe out all my users. So in fact, that's the other point. If you're going to upload and refresh a list once a month and you want to delete people that you have fired, then you would click this checkbox right here. If you're only adding people, it will append your account. If you don't select that, it will delete users if you check that box. I hope that's clear to you. So for those of you with the big list, do the CSV file option. I'm going to just pause, see if anybody has any questions. If you do, type it in. I'm going to go over and look at that. I'm going to go back to PowerPoint to see what I was going to do next. Broadcast emails. We have a feature that we turn on or off for you behind the scenes. And when you join us, the default is off. And that feature is to send broadcast emails. So if you want it turned on, what happens is when you add a new user, they will get an email from our system saying, you know, your company has signed you up for real estate training by davidknox.com, and here's your username and password. Everybody we deal with wants that on. They want that automatic email. The reason it's off is because sometimes people who are new to the system, the email goes out prematurely while they're uploading agents, and they'd really rather wait. So I'm just saying, Tracy, did you have a question? Sorry, I'm just pausing to see if there's questions. Now, let's go to finding videos. The good news is we have a lot of, by the way, click on this button up there, videos. That's how you always get back to the home page. The good news is we have a lot of videos. The bad news is we have a lot of videos, and it can be hard to find them. And I recommend two ways to do it. One, you can just click on, 10-week listing for new agents, and you can see all the videos, but still there's a lot. You can click on prospecting, and there's a lot of videos there. By the way, let me stop here. For those of you who are new, you will click on a video called MS, which is the Mentor Series. And pretty soon, it doesn't take too long to tell, that was released in 1999. These are our oldest videos. We may put it in its old section called Archive or Vintage or something like this. And I've asked our members over the years what to do with these older videos. And everybody says, we love them. If you listen to them on radio, you would think they were recorded yesterday. And everybody loves them. In fact, look at this, 83 comments. Look at this, March 30th. Now that's got a 3-star. This is a 5-star, March 19th. So I just want you to know, we know they're old. There's a cell phone in there with an antenna on it. We get it. But still, we get comments like awesome, good material, good introduction to prospecting. My belief on this has been, my gosh, that's a lot of comments. My belief on this has been that maybe what we do is we use the Mentor Series for new agents because, they don't so much care. But I promise you this, if a new agent goes through Mentor Series from 1 to 12, they will get a lot out of it, which leads me to something else. All these videos have these arcane numbers and letters, and people go, what the heck are they? Here's what they are. Click on Series. And the Mentor Series, MS, Real Estate Live, RL, Knox First Tuesday, KFT, Live Seminar Series, LS, Quick Tips, QT. The difference is the Mentor Series, they were done in 1999. They are role play demonstrations where I play the realtor and actors play the parts. Real Estate Live, this is where we followed up the Mentor Series and actually went into the field and did reality television, and then we still do it. We just shot Lawrence Wan in January, so that's how recent these are. Knox First Tuesday, something we upload the first of every month, and it's usually new and fresh. It relates to the market, if that makes sense. We have some seminars that were recorded live for people who like those, and quick tips for those people who are in a hurry. And KMT is Knox Management Training, available only to those people who have been designated as a manager. You probably don't want your agents to see the video on decruiting. You know what? Then again, maybe you should. That would wake them up. And by the way, maybe y'all don't know, but we've got great videos on management, recruiting, decruiting, coaching, and training. If you're on this webinar, you're responsible for recruiting. And you want to see Lance Burwald. He was one of the top recruiters in Minneapolis area. In fact, his arch competitor, Sherry Schmid, was also one of the top recruiters. So these are real managers talking about how they do it. Let's go back to finding videos. I'll show you the easiest way to find videos. I think it's the pull down list. So you go to subjects and you mouse over prospecting. Well, prospecting is a big section. So we break it down into submenus, getting started, questions, referrals, open house for sale by owner, etc. Same with listings. That has a subsection, a pre-listing, first listing call. So this is the best way to get, maybe you want to go over to seller counseling, and now all of a sudden it's a bit more manageable list. Still a lot, but a more manageable list of videos. You can also use the search box. So maybe you have commission objections, just type in the word commission, and you'll get all the videos that relate to commission objections. Once again, we have a lot of those. Maybe they want to learn more about Facebook. Just type in Facebook, and these are all the videos that address Facebook. By the way, there's a gentleman, Dave All, who wrote the book Facebook Me, and he is one of our faculty that writes about Facebook. Just going to pause here, see if anybody has any questions. I'll scroll up and down. I don't see any yet, so let's go back to the PowerPoint. Creating custom curriculum. You know, one of the first things we did was to organize videos by curriculum. We did one here for new agents that started with mentor series, safety advice, how to pronounce realtor, things like that. Then we did one for rising stars, which gets more into sphere of influence, prospecting. It gets into teams and assistants and things like that. And then top producers, which really gets into, you know, getting your first hire. And we took it to another level. We added tasks and actions to it and made those accountability plans. So it may be that the curriculum is dead. The curriculum may just be replaced by the accountability plans. But still, let's go back and I'll show you how to create your custom curriculum. So here's what happens. First thing you do is you add a title, and maybe it's going to be, we'll just make it My Company. You add a title. And once you have a title added, that'll be kind of your separator. Then add curriculum. And maybe we'll make this welcome aboard. And here is where you actually pick the video. And by the way, here's the text over here. It'll show you how to use it. So maybe you go through, and I'm just going to do this random just to make the point. And I'll just scroll down and pick some videos. And then when you're done, click Create Custom Curriculum. Here is where you order or sequence the videos. You can slide them up and down in your curriculum, and then get it in the order you want. And then when you click on videos, over here on the left, this would be My Company as the header, and the welcome aboard, and now you have the videos you picked. So if you have some very specific videos that you want your agents to watch, whether they're new or experienced, or maybe it's a video of the week or whatever, that's how you can build a custom curriculum. And once you're done with it, you can just delete it or edit it, and that goes away. Next, getting agents to watch. I already did measuring usage. I showed that when you went into your users. But how do you get agents to watch? It begs the question, how do you get your agents to do anything? It has been the most asked question since I've been in the business. How do I get my agent to prospect? How do I get them to show up at meetings? How do I get them to dress right? How do I get them to answer the phone? How do I get them to? Well, that's why there's such a thing called management. The whole point of being in management is to get other people to do things that they typically don't want to do. And the company with the best management is the one that does the best. Actors and actresses are managed by directors. Agents are managed by their managers. So, gosh, I was just watching the LPGA, the ladies playing yesterday, and I was standing next to another. Apparently she was a very good golfer, and we watched this lady miss a putt, and she said, boy, she didn't have very good coaching. And she didn't actually blame the golfer herself. She said, you know, maybe she didn't have a good coach, or maybe even a good caddy managing on how she aimed, because she aimed too far to the left on one of these holes or something like that. So I think first thing, as a broker, owner, manager, you have to accept the fact that if you want your agents to do anything, unfortunately, you're going to have to manage them. So how do you get an agent to watch? By the way, I'm just looking at another question. Any thought to creating a way we can quickly sign someone up for a trial account that automatically ends after a period of time would be useful in recruiting? Let me get right back on that, Dan. Let me finish up my thought here. How do you get your agents to watch? The number one best way that works all the time, 100% of the time, and my top members use this all the time, and that is simply this: show videos in meetings. Maybe you have a rookie. Bob Wolf has his rookie meeting. at 8 a.m. every Monday morning. He gets them in early. In fact, I think I'm speaking at it next couple Mondays from now. And he shows one of our videos every single Monday meeting. In fact, he has the highest view, I think, in our site because he shows those videos all the time. Tuesday meetings, I think, get back to meetings. I've had people say, well, I stopped doing meetings because agents don't come. Well, the reason agents don't come is because they hated your meetings. They started late. They were ranting about getting more listings. They were ranting about the agents who didn't show. There's a million things. You need, get back to your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday meetings, whatever you do, and then show a video. The videos are only, you can pick out an 8-minute, 10-minute, 12-minute video and show it in a meeting. Now you get 80% or whatever your attendance is at the meeting. Maybe you have an experienced agent lunch and learn. We have a number of companies doing Thursday Rocks with David Knox. Michael Saunders down in Florida does a brown bag lunch, and everybody brings their lunch. They sit around. It's open only to agents that sell X million or more, so it's kind of an exclusive club. So the number one way is to have them shown in meetings. I'll show you another way. When you log in, let's go back to videos. Maybe let's say this month you want to get this video sent out. You can go email link to video. You click here to open your default email, and what happens is this link is pasted in. So I'll send it to myself. So I send it to myself, okay? And then I'll do a get mail. Let's see how quickly it comes. Okay, so imagine that this email went out to everybody. So your agent, you could say in here, you know, this is a great video on how to do this, that, or the other thing. The agent will click on the link, and it goes through the login page, unless they're already logged in, and goes right to the video. So that is a way to pick one video, send it to everybody in your company and say, hey, this is a great video, go to the 3-minute mark. All of you have been on Facebook where it says, here's the 11 celebrities that you didn't know started as child stars. You won't believe number 5, right? You've all seen those, and you click on it because you want to see number 5. So use that. You send out a video to everybody in your office, say, you know, many of you guys have had real tough time converting leads to listings. Here's a great video on it. Go to the 2-minute, 30-second mark and watch this. Give them one video, one place to look. In fact, I might open it up if there's anybody out there that has any ideas that they've used to increase viewership. Let me know. I'll unmute you and let you tell the group. Betty, Bill, Chris, Connie, anybody? And while you're thinking, let me go to back to Dan's comment. Any thought of creating a way we can quickly sign up somebody for a trial account? I don't have a perfect way, but I have one that our members use. What you would do is go to your users. And I'm going to do manually add new user. And I might, for branch, say recruit. So Dan, what I would do is I would mark branch recruit. I'd type in name, first name, last name, email, give them a password. And I think the password should be the name of your company. So now it kind of embeds in their mind the name of your company, click add user. And then tell this agent, look, I'm going to give you a guest pass, and I'm going to give you 2, 3, 4 days to be in there, and I'm going to let you watch 5 videos. And then you can log in, and let's pretend you've been added. Then you can go down here, and this is a guest. In fact, this is actually a guest user of mine. Well, here's Lawrence Wong. He watched his own video yesterday. He liked it. So I can go in, and let's pretend Lawrence is my guest user. I can go and see what he watched, what he searched for. And then when I see he's been busy in there, I can go back and say, hey, I noticed you were watching videos. What did you think of? Oh, they were great. Well, you get access to those 24 hours a day. Then you can do the mobile access through your iPhone, mobile device, whatever. And then when you're done with them, you go in and delete them. So Dan, I hope that helps, but that is the way to do a guest pass. So I can answer the quickly sign up that way. I don't have an automatically end. I'll think about whether we build that in. That would be an interesting thing to do. Let's go back to my PowerPoint, see what I'm doing next, measuring usage. Okay, well, those are the most important things that I wanted to cover for a new member. It'll get your users in, it'll get them measured, get them watching videos. And then the real way to get your agents to watch is through the accountability plans, which I'm going to do in a second. Maybe see, Vinny, any particular videos that you recommend for the guest pass? Ooh, Ooh, that's a good question. Vinny, that's a good question. Maybe the more current ones, maybe the ones that, you know, just came out today. If it's a guest pass, you're probably working with new agents, and if so, maybe some of these would work. I'll tell you what, I do tend to go by presenter, and if you go to featured agents, one of the top agents in this whole site, and I know I use this guy a lot and I talk about him a lot, but you know, when somebody sells 150 million a year, is Realtor of the Year, how do you not use him but Bob Wolf? And I think any new recruit you have that listens to Bob Wolf, not only successful, but has high integrity, I think that might work. If you want the female viewpoint, featured agents, Kathy Kaler. Let me go to featured agents. Right here, Kathy Kaler and her daughter, Heather Bortnick. Here's the mother-daughter team. These two ladies do 80 million a year, and their buyer team does another, I think, 200 million. So you might pick by that, but also, when you talk to the recruits, say, hey, what are some of your challenges that you expect in real estate that you'd like to attend, whether it's a new agent or experience, and then maybe go into the search thing and search for it and then pick the video. In fact, let's say you wanted to send this video, you can do email link to video, and same thing, copy that link and paste it in an email. So you add them as a guest user and then send them a link to that. Vinny, good question. Any other questions here? All right, no further questions. I am now going to move to our next topic, which is accountability plans. And the keywords to accountability plans are clone, edit, save, edit videos, then ask tasks, hyperlinks, and documents. Vinny, let me see. Hey, Vinny, can you hear me? Let me see if I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can, Vinny. In fact, we're going to talk about accountability plans. You're one of the early adapters to this. I know I'm catching you off guard here, but do you have anything you'd like to say to our attendees today about accountability plans that they would find helpful?
Yeah, actually, we're quite excited about it. I'm linking a lot of the mentor series I was using, and what I really like is the tasks that they get and the action steps, the accountability. I'm actually loading a lot of our own forms in there as well. I was just sitting talking to our office administrator this morning, taking some of the things she does, and we're going to start putting in there. It's a process. It's taking a while to convert everything over, but I'm excited about it. It's going to be really great for us and for them, and I'm starting another class tomorrow night, and you know, constantly working on it. So it's good. I'm very happy with it.
Good. Well, I know you're getting a lot of good use out of it, and we're trying to get everybody else up and running as well. So thanks, Vinny. I'll mute you now. And okay, so here's where we go. I'm going to show you kind of, this is the back end of it. When you log in and you go to accountability, manage accountability, what you're going to see are templates that I have already created. And by the way, I updated one of them today. Vinny, your mic's not on, but I wrote text in all the paragraphs. That feature was just made to work this morning, so I took advantage of it. And what I mean by that is when you click on the new agent plan, what I have done is I've gone in and written introductory text on every one of these, and if you don't like it, you can delete it or edit it out. But every one of these now has a standard introductory text to explain and sell your agents on the benefit of the plan. But an accountability plan consists of three things: videos, tasks, and actions. And step number one, let's go back here. You can go in and preview the plan, see if you like it. If you do, you click clone. And when you click clone, in fact, you know what? I'm going to delete this one because I just updated it. So you would go over here to clone. And now sorry, I got too many of these. I'm sorry, you guys. I've been demonstrating this so many times. I want to make sure. Nope. It didn't clone the right one. That was the old one. Okay, let's start over. You go to new agent, we click clone. And it will appear down below in your accountability plans. You can preview it. I'm going to preview to make sure I got the right one. Yes, I did. And then the first step to do is to name it. we have 3 levels of editing: structure, edit, and then another edit. So I'm going to go to structure, and I'm just going to my demonstration. And right here is the paragraph I wrote. You can go in and decide, like it, don't like it, change it, delete it, whatever you want to do. And as always, scroll to the bottom, click Update Plan. So now we have an accountability plan named and personalized. The next step is to click Edit. And this is the second of 2 levels of editing. And in this level, you can see the sequence of all of the tasks. And I decided that people should learn how to pronounce realtor. So that's the first video I put there. Then email signatures. I still get emails, still get emails with no signatures on them. It's usually a mobile device, and then I can never call these people back. I added new, young, and hungry. By the way, for those of you who've already cloned the new agent plan, and Benny, this goes to you. You probably didn't have RL26 in there because we hadn't shot it yet. So that's going to be another thing. As I update the stock plan, how do we update our member plans? And the answer is, when the new videos come out, you'll probably have to take a look and see if you want to add one. I added the Lawrence Wong to this. Then you go down to the task, and for the new agent, I started with completing onboarding paperwork. Maybe you want to have the photo the first thing they do, so you can move that up to number 1. Maybe you want number 2, whatever. You can click and drag these tasks all the way around. So these are the tasks that I've collected from all of our members. And if you like them, keep them. If you don't, delete them. And so every one of these sections, I now have added a paragraph to each one. I did that this morning, and it kind of sets up what the section is supposed to be. So they have videos, tasks, etc. So the next level of editing is here. You click the edit in this bar, and maybe you go in and you say, oh, I don't like his reference to Vince Lombardi, so I'm going to take that out. And you may certainly do that. And the first list is of 376 videos, and I know it's long and painful. I think we're going to try to put a disclosure triangle in there so we can collapse it if you're not using it. But the way to add and subtract videos is you click it to add it, and you declick it to delete it. And down here is where your real work probably happens. These are the tasks, and you can move them around in the previous view, but here is where you edit them or delete them. So, and maybe onboarding paperwork, this is where you add. So if I was going to do my company, I would say add your David Knox onboarding, and then I would, update the section when I'm done with that. Maybe I want to add whoops, I got to go back to edit here. I'm going to add a task. Maybe you have a company manual. So I'm going to go down to tasks. I'll scroll to the bottom, and let me just take a breath here because I know I'm going fast. Now you want to add a new task to the list. I'm going to click add task. And I'm going to say, I've got a topic list, and I'm going to upload my own seminar topic list. One of the things you can do to create a hyperlink is you could do 2 things. You could do click here and make the word here the hyperlink, or like they do on the CNN news site, I would make the topic list a hyperlink. So number 1, I select it. Number 2, I click right here on this link, and I get what's called a rich text box. And I'm going to upload a file, which is my topic list in Word. So I double click on that. I click send to the server. Now wait until it shows up here. Next, this is really important. You want to target it to open in a new window. When you're on a website and you click a link, in my opinion, it's easier to have that page open on top of the current page, so when you close it, you still have the accountability plan open underneath it. Otherwise, you click on a link, you open the page, you close it, and now everything is gone. So I recommend a new window. So you click OK, we click Update Section, and now when your agents log in, this topic list is a hyperlink. So they click on it, and since it's a Word doc, it won't open, it will download in their download sections, and then the document will open in Word. If it's PDF document, it usually opens. So here it is. Here it is. So here's the topic list in Microsoft Word. So imagine all the things that you could do in your own website. Think of all the things, all the documents and outlines and company manuals and policies and procedures and checklists and all the paperwork you guys have in your company. Now you can put it in one place. So if you have something such as onboarding paperwork, you can double click the word paperwork in your edit menu and assign it to that. Let's go back to edit. If you want to do a hyperlink, I'm going to add a new task, and I'm going to say see our company website. So what I might do is I'll double click on the word website to make that the active link. I click on the link to open the rich text box. I type in the URL. I'm going to target a new window so we don't lose it. And I'm going to do that. And I click OK. I click Update Section. Now, oh, by the way, you'll see the task default to the top of the list. So now what happens is when they click on that, it takes them to the davidknox.com in this case, but it stays on top of this. They don't lose the page below. So that's why I say target a new window. I'm going to just take a breath, pause, see if anybody's got any questions. So far, I don't see any questions. Let me go back to my PowerPoint to see what I was going to cover next. We added tasks. I think we've done everything there. Edit videos. I showed you how to do that. I think we're good to go. So let's go back here, and you want to see the agent's view. So I have the ability to take a look at action plans. Oh, I can't show you because I got to do one more thing. It's called enrolled agents. So here's what I'm going to do. You go into your thing and you click on enroll agents. I'm going to pick, nope, sorry, let me do it a different way. I got to go enrolled agents. I'm going to pick a plan. I'm going to pick my new demonstration plan. I'm sorry, I went too fast. I'm going to start over here on this. Once you create a plan, you want an enrolled agent. So you go accountability, enrolled agents. I pick my new one, David's demonstration plan. Then I click on enroll agents. I will get a list of the people in my group. And then I'm going to click on, let's click on him. And I enroll selected agents. And there he is. And now when he's got 0% progress, but as Stephen goes through and completes his tasks and actions, that updates from 0 all the way up to 100%. So now I can look at action plans. You know what? I got to log in as Dave. I want to show you the agent side of it. Okay, so this is my friend Dave Beeson. So he logs in, and now he goes to action plans, process. He clicks continue, and this is how it looks to your agents. So the agent clicks on creating your business plan. It opens a new window. They play the video. They do all the work. They download the sheets and things like that, and they move on. So then when you log in and check their progress, you can see the date and time that your agent watched the video. Then maybe Dave goes in and he wants to compute his required monthly transactions. He clicks on the word to do. He gets a message box. So he types a note. He says complete task. So what happens is when you log in and you take a look at your agent, you can see the date the task was completed, and you can see the note that Dave wrote. Now the other thing Dave can do is add a new action. So he types in an action. So when you log in and you take a look, you can go down and see the actions that he's done. So it is a beautiful, easy, online, interactive way to stay in touch with your agents. And this is the real answer, I think, in addition to meetings, to get your agents to watch. Hold them accountable for doing something. And if you assign an action plan to somebody and they don't log in, and they never log in, and no matter what you do, they don't log in, they don't watch, they don't do anything, well, the obvious answer is you probably want to let it go and let these people go. I see a question over here from Dan. In an effort to limit the number of steps for our agents to find the action plan, can a link be created that will take the agent directly to the action plan? Yeah, Dan, I hope we did that. Let me go back. I'm in Dave's account. So let's go back. This is your agent account right here. So Dan, you've assigned this to an agent. The agent just goes on action plans, one click to that, and one click to continue. That's how it works. So all those steps that you saw were the administrator steps to enroll an agent. But once they're enrolled, it's 2 steps. Click on action plan and then click continue. So I'm going to find you. I'm going to unmute you, Dan. Hey, Dan, can you hear me? Dan, do you have a microphone? Dan Lopez, speak to me. Dan, I guess you don't have a microphone. Oh, he's in audio only. Okay, I'll mute you. Well, anyway, let me know if that helps. And by the way, you can call me. I'm gonna send my cell phone number to everybody if you have any questions. So I want to show you something else here, because I know trying to learn all of this on a webinar, may be a challenge. I want to show you one other thing. Go back to videos and then go to Manager Resources, and over here, click on RET Accountability Plan Tutorial. And this will open up a PDF, and you can save it, print it, whatever you want to do. And this takes you through the tutorial of how to build an accountability plan, how to add tasks, hyperlinks, how to do rich text boxes and everything. So this will show how to enroll the agents and how they see it. In fact, it gives some suggestions for hyperlinks, and I think you'll find this tutorial incredibly helpful. So I'm going to pause right now, go back to videos, and see if anybody has any questions. Okay, Vinny asked the question, if I give a mentor managers access, he can see the notes and action steps. Yes, it's a good question. For those of you who have maybe what I might call a mentor or an assistant manager, the assistant manager would have to be assigned the same branch office as the agent. And one of the ways this works is every agent in your system should be assigned a branch unless there's more than, unless you only have one branch. So if you have a mentor, that person would either have to log in as their manager or be coded as their manager. And Vinny, maybe that's something you may want to give me a call about too, and I can talk you through that. Please review where the where the tutorial is located. You're too speedy. I'm sorry. I will slow down. All right. Where do you find the tutorial? Go to the main page, videos, Manager Resources. Right there, 5th button down, and right here, RET Accountability Plan Tutorial. I hope I slowed down enough there. Thanks, Stephanie. Well, I know that was a quick overview, but I wanted you to know the capabilities of it. The beauty, once you get this accountability plan built, you can upload your own videos. That's something you can give me a call about. I won't go into that now, but you can upload your own Stephanie says she won't blink anymore. I know, I have the metabolism of a hummingbird. The purpose of the accountability plans is really to take your agents to a higher level, create tons of revenue, get them focused on the tasks, income producing activities, watch videos, report their actions back to you. The next step after this is monitoring their CRM. I'm not going to go that far, but at least get them to do the activities that count. So I hope you find this helpful, and if you'd like me to do a personal consultation on anything, feel free to call me. And before I sign out here, I'm going to see if there's any more questions. Oh, here's a question. Where do I find the first Monday recordings? They seem to be deleted after a period of time. You know, first of all, here's where to find them. I'm going to open up a new window, and I'm going to go to RET Admin Webinars. Right here, I'm going to copy the link. I'm going to send the answer to all. This is how to find our previous webinars, including today's, once the recording is up. And let me see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 of them posted. I know that Rob, in fact, Rob is on the line. I'll open up his mic. Nope, he's not on. We do keep 5 in a row. If you want something after that, let me know. And
Yeah, David,
we
I'm
can
here.
Probably get that.
They can contact me.
Rob.
They're looking for past webinars too.
Yeah, if there's some webinars you want past 5, let me know. Why do we stop at 5, Rob? Just bandwidth or what?
Yeah, it was just the number of loads that you can put onto the page. But if you want to leave more of them, like a year's worth or something of that sort, let us know. Generally, we keep 5 to 6 on the page at one time.
Yeah, you know what we maybe could do is just have the one big screenshot for the current one, and then underneath just links to the others. That might be a way to go.
Sure.
Because we've got some really, really good webinars that we may want to keep up there. That was a good question. What I'm going to do right now is wrap up this webinar, and then I'm going to stay on, you know, as long as anybody has any questions. But again, I thank you all for being members of Real Estate Training by DavidKnox.com. One of my little affirmations that I read nightly is that I become more and more valuable to my member subscribers. So I sincerely want to make sure that everything you do adds value to you and helps you grow your business. And if there's anything I can do, we'd love to hear from you, and we'll respond. I mean, a good example today, Connie called with a really, really important caveat about, you know, the liability of referring vendors. So we're doing whatever we can to respond to that. So thanks everybody. I wish you the best for this April, and have a wonderful, wonderful season. Thanks a lot.